The night sky over colonial Philadelphia was not lit by neon signs or skyscrapers. It was lit by fire. Flames chewed through wooden homes like a drunk uncle tearing into Thanksgiving leftovers. The streets filled with panicked families dragging buckets of water, shouting for help. And just when it seemed like the whole block would be reduced to ash, men in leather hats sprinted down cobblestone streets with heavy iron tools and wooden ladders. They weren't backed by city taxes, they weren't government employees, and there wasn't a single fire engine with flashing lights. These were the first American firefighters, and they were fueled by grit, brotherhood, and the stubborn refusal to watch their community burn. What people forget is that the first organized fire company in America wasn't dreamed up by politicians or city planners. It was started in 1736, almost 40 years before the American Revolution, and it was founded by a 30-year-old Benjamin Franklin, the same guy who gave us bifocals, electricity experiments, and the kind of witty quotes that still show up on your aunt's Facebook page. Franklin formed the Union Fire Company, a volunteer brigade, after realizing that the bucket brigades of the time were about as reliable as your Wi-Fi during a thunderstorm. And here's the kicker. It was entirely volunteer. No pay, no pensions, no government safety net. Just neighbors willing to risk their lives for each other. Imagine asking people today to run into a burning building for free. Most of us won't even get up to grab the DoorDash from the front porch. Here is a wild fact that will blow your mind. In early America, firefighting was as much about insurance as it was about safety. If you paid into a private fire company, they'd slap a metal fire mark on your house. If flames broke out and your building had the mark, they'd fight like hell to save it. If you didn't, good luck. Your house could burn to the ground while firefighters stood by. Sometimes you get what you pay for. That's why Franklin's Union Fire Company was different. He wanted it to be about community first, not just contracts, which is ironic, because the man spent his whole life inventing ways to make and save money. Yet in this case, he proved that sometimes the best investment is people helping people. Now think about the word firefighter. We take it for granted, but in Franklin's day they called themselves fire wards or fire clubs. These were groups of neighbors who pledged to show up when flames hit the fan. They'd keep leather buckets by the door because the idea of indoor plumbing was still centuries away. Picture yourself in 1736, waking up